Well, a muckraker is somebody that takes political stuff and exposes it to the public eye and brings attention upon the major issue to try to get change to happen in it.
All right, well, what were some of the issues that Muckrakers brought to the attention of the public?
One of my favorite ones was Michael Moore when he shot the documentary Bowling for Columbine and showed how easy it was to get a gun in that same city and how easy it was for kids to have access to certain things. And yet, people went crazy changing how kids dressed and changing what they could bring to school and how they should act. And it was just so crazy how they should have kind of looked inside themselves or inside their own city rather than take leaps and boundaries to make kids act the way they want them to act.
All right, cool. Okay, now let's be muckrakers. What are some issues that you feel should have more attention paid to them? Right back here.
More attention should be drawn to the issues of homelessness. I actually experienced, I wasn't homeless, but I was walking down the street and I saw a man really laid out in front of a business, and they opened up his clothes like, you have to move. But I feel like more attention is being drawn to things of technology or trying to better the society. But really, if you still have people that's in a society that's lesser, how can they be a part of society and be promoted as how we're promoted or living how we're living and feeling the same way if they're not being able to be heard or they're treated differently? I mean, I know some people's like, okay, they're homeless, that's not my problem. You don't know the background of what happened to them people, but they're still people. And I don't feel like they get enough attention. It's just, okay, we're gonna build this is for y'all. Y'all have a certain amount of time. Y'all have to eat at a certain time. This many people can only be, seen for or cared for, and it's just really crazy. I don't think people just.
Yeah, that's great. Does anyone else have anything?
I'm more for how America is trying to dumb down our youth. Like, when I was in elementary school, just from now to then, it's been maybe 10 years. They don't even teach fractions and stuff until the 6th grade. And I had to start learning that in the 4th and 5th grade. And I just kind of feel like our standards of how we should be taught and the stuff we should actually have to learn is kind of going downhill, and we're not the smartest country anymore. There's countries that are way smarter than us, and we're kind of just accepting it and falling more into that category of being just dumb Americans that only want to get the most, the coolest cars and stuff. We're not worried about being intellectually smart anymore.
Personally, an issue I think they should have talked about more was the BP oil spill. I feel like, yeah, it was talked about, but that's all that was done. There wasn't too much action to resolve the issue. And I think if we had prevented it or done something sooner, a lot of problems would have been avoided.
To add to that, I want to say the situation in Haiti too. The earthquake there, it seems like we, as Americans, we tend to follow our own disasters as to, disasters happening outside of our country, and for a moment we would cover it, the media would cover it, but it would die out pretty quickly. And I think that with the Haiti situation, there should be more going on with that. So.
I have something to say about what he said when he said the kids are they're being dumber. I have a younger cousin, and I feel like she's smarter than me. Because they had more resources in school, so I really feel like they're paying more attention now to education than they did then. I'm just saying, they don't read as much though, to me. Honestly, they don't. But
I think one of the ways we can go about muckraking, even though we don't have magazines or newspapers, is the internet. The internet is a huge forum for any man to voice his opinion. I mean, you can start up a blog, a Twitter, Facebook page, Facebook group, basically anything, and put your opinions out there, put the issues that you want to put out there, and like-minded people, and even some people who just may come across it, may see your point of view, and at least start thinking about it.
Well, I think it's more like, it's kind of like the boy who cried wolf. If they don't have all their facts in a row, eventually people will be like, you know, they're just blowing the whistle again just to draw attention to themselves, and they won't have the same effect as they did when they first blew the whistle, even though it wasn't true. Even though they still may have a valid point, it won't, everybody will just kind of be like, oh, they're just being stupid.
All right. Well, that is education through discussion in Chattanooga State's Intro to Mass Communications class. Thank you for joining us.